shortcut to getting informed.
Hello.
Today we're doing something really practical, looking at how you can use English more confidently when you're shopping.
That's right. We've got some source material here, basically excerpts looking at how to handle yourself in English in, shops, supermarkets, maybe even markets.
Yeah, and our mission today is pretty straightforward. Extract the key phrases, the useful bits, maybe some dialogue examples from these sources.
All to make that next shopping trip in English a bit less daunting for you.
Exactly. So, where should we start? What phrases did the material really highlight?
Okay, let's dive in. The sources really emphasize, first off, just finding things. Location, 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 right?
Okay, yeah, that feeling of being lost in aisle 3. So, how do you ask?
Well, the core phrase they point to is super simple and polite.
Yeah.
Excuse me, where can I find the item?
Okay, like, excuse me, where can I find the milk or the pasta?
Precisely. Just swap in whatever you need. It's direct, gets the job done.
Got it. Okay, so you found your item, or at least the section. What's next? Usually checking details, I guess.
Exactly. The sources stress asking things like, obviously, how much is this? Can't skip that one.
Definitely not.
And especially for things like clothes, material highlights, asking, do you have this in a smaller size? Or maybe in blue?
Makes sense.
And trying things on.
Oh, yes. A key phrase there is, can I try this on? Very common, very necessary.
And what if, a sales assistant comes up, but you're just looking around?
Ah, yes. The polite brush off. The sources suggest, I'm just looking, thank you. Keep it friendly. It does. Shows you're not ignoring them. And then when you have decided, it's simply, I'll take this. Nice and clear.
Okay, moving towards the checkout now.
Right.
Paying. What are the essentials there, according to the sources?
Well, can I pay by card? Seems almost standard now, right? So that's crucial. And don't forget about bags. Do you have a shopping bag? Because sometimes they charge or you just need one. Right. I think the excerpts mentioned a couple of others too, like asking about returns.
Oh, yeah, good point. Something like, can I return this if it doesn't fit? Useful for clothes again.
And finding specific things like, I'm looking for fresh bread.
Yes, or even managing the cost if something's a bit pricey. The sources mentioned you could say, that's too expensive for me.
Okay, so those are the building blocks, but the sources also showed how these fit together, didn't they? With examples.
They did, yeah. Seeing them in a mini conversation really helps cement them.
So let's paint a picture based on those examples. Say you're in a supermarket looking for pasta.
Right. You spot an assistant, you walk over and say,
Excuse me, where can I find the pasta?
and they might just point and say, aisle 4, next to the sauces.
Simple. Effective, like the material suggests.
Exactly. Or another scenario from the examples, clothing store. You like a shirt, but it's not your size.
So you'd ask the staff, hi, do you have this shirt in medium?
And if they do, yes, here you go. Then your next step, naturally.
Great. Can I try it on?
Sure, they might say the fitting rooms are over there. See, it flows pretty logically.
Yeah, it breaks down a common interaction.
Yeah.
What about the final step, the checkout conversation?
Okay, so based on the source examples again, cashier might start with, hi there, find everything okay?
And you could reply, yes, thank you.
And they'll give you the total. That'll be $27.50. Maybe ask, need a bag?
And you pull up those phrases, yes, please, and I'll pay by card.
Perfect. These examples really show they're just short, manageable exchanges, nothing too scary.
And a big theme in the source material was practice, wasn't it? Getting comfortable.
Absolutely. It really stresses that using the language, even a little, builds that confidence. They suggest actually saying the phrases out loud.
Repeating them, maybe slow them down a bit first.
Yeah, get the pronunciation comfortable in your mouth. And they offered a really practical challenge, too.
Which was?
Next time you go shopping, just try using one. Just one of these phrases in a real situation.
Even if you practice it in your head or whisper it beforehand.
Exactly. The point isn't instant perfection. It's about taking that small step, building that muscle memory in a low-stakes way.
Right. Okay, so let's quickly recap what we've pulled from the sources today.
We cover those key shopping phrases, asking for help, locations, checking prices, sizes, paying.
Saw them in action through a few quick dialogue examples. Supermarket, clothes shop, checkout.
And touched on that really important point about building confidence through practice, even just one phrase at a time.
So, wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you, the listener?
Well, maybe think about this. When you get comfortable handling these small, everyday interactions like shopping in English,
Yeah.
how might that feeling of success, that little bit of confidence, unlock your willingness to try English in other situations? Maybe slightly bigger ones. Could it open more doors for connection?
That's definitely something to mull over. Good thought to end on.